What's up, everyone? We are going live now. We're going to talk about trailers from The Nun, Killers of the Flower Moon, some news about Chronicles of Narnia, Blumhouse more video game adaptation, and of course, we'll end it with a Secret Invasion Episode 3 spoiler discussion. Welcome back to another episode of the Councilmen. This will be our 218th episode. Yes, today I am I'm doing a solo show. Yeah, apparently I'm gonna be doing a solo show because Albert is still being a city boy in New York. Ariq I think has his dad has a birthday or something like that. Yeah, so I have no choice. Yeah, I don't think he's back home yet, right, Avik? So yeah, whenever Avik is back home, hopefully the show is still on and he can jump in. Maybe I don't know where he is honestly right now. And then lastly, Teguh. Apparently he's sick. Yeah, apparently he is sick right now, so he doesn't want to join in. Yeah, so like my name suggests, I'll be doing a carry job right now for the councilman, similar to Kobe Bryant's 81 point game. Yeah. So yeah, anyway, happy 4th of July as well, I guess, for the Americans who listen to the podcast. Yeah, because I think this Tuesday, la- it was the 4th of July. So yeah, happy 4th of July, I suppose. Yeah, like I said before, we are going to cover a few topics. Of course, we're going to start off with the weekly watches as usual. Then, we'll go to the trailer talks for The Nun 2, Killers of the Flower Moon, and then some news about Chronicles of Narnia and Blumhouse adapting more horror video games. So there's that, and of course, at the end, we'll end it with a Secret Invasion Episode 3 spoiler discussion. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a long show today. I mean, it's just me. So let's just get into it, I guess. But before that, I'm gonna plug the councilman first. So yeah, go ahead and subscribe to the Councilman on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Castbox, Stitcher, Podbean, and if you want to catch us live on YouTube, it's also by the same name at the Councilman. So yeah, go listen to us there, and of course, if you want to follow our social media, we are at Councilman Show on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. And of course, you can send us an email at councilmanshow@gmail.com. So, yeah. Um, I guess let's just get into the weekly watchies, I suppose.
Are you ready for the weekly council segment? Weekly watches. We've been watching TVs, movies, rating 1 to 5, maybe crying, could be boring, but laughing in theaters or at home, cause it's time to share everything that we watched this week. It is time for our show's weekly watches.
Yeah, weekly watchies, the part of the show where, well, this time I talk about the movies I watched this week. And yeah, if anyone's in the chat, you guys can also share what you guys watched this week, and tell us your thoughts on it, I suppose. Anyway, yeah, I'll just talk about all the movies I watched this week. First up, let's go backwards, I guess. First up, I watched a 1995 movie called The City of Lost Children. Um, This movie, I really like this movie. Is there's the certain vibe on it that I really like. Um, just the way the the set, how they make the setting, how they color grade it, and also just the whole cinematography of it. I really enjoyed it. It's kind of like a Tim Burton style, maybe. Yeah, something like that. As you watch it, like something just feels off in the world, and but it's nice, I guess. I didn't know Ron Perlman can speak French, so there's that. I didn't know that at all. So it's a French movie, so yeah, I did not know that either. The only reason I watched this is because I think one of Albert's friend that I follow on Letterboxd, Cameron, yeah, he watched this, and I saw the poster. I looked at some of the images, and it looks very interesting. So yeah. Also the soundtrack. I like the songs they use, I guess, for the soundtrack. Yeah. Anyway, this movie is about, was it, a scientist in a surrealist society kidnaps children to steal their dreams, hoping that they slow his aging process. It's basically that. So yeah, a scientist basically who wants to kidnap children for their dreams, and then it just so happened that he kidnapped Ron Perlman's character. His name is One. Uh, they kidnap One's little brother, and so Ron Perlman's character goes on a journey to save um his brother. It's just that, and along the way he met a little kid, basically an orphans that work for, like, you know for a shady organization sort of deal. Yeah. He met a girl called Miet, and then there's a bond, a found family bond kind of deal that developed between those two, and then um along the way, the bond just gets stronger, blah blah blah, and then yeah, there's also the whole mystery about, um not mystery, I guess, the whole plot about why the scientist wants to steal dreams and everything. I think that part is pretty interesting. I have to say though, there are like three. I feel like there are two or three plots going on while I was watching this. So at some point, I did get a bit lost, but it all comes back at the end. I guess it all sums it up nicely at the end. So it's not too much of a problem. Still though, I just really enjoy the whole setting and the cinematography of the whole movie with the soundtrack. Everything just feels surreal, like a surrealist world kind of deal. Yeah. Really enjoyed it. So I give that a 4.5 out of 5. Yeah. uh so yeah, that's the City of Lost Children. I would definitely recommend this if you guys looking for movies, foreign one as well if you want. Yeah. Uh, so yeah, that's the little. I just finished that like literally 1 hour ago. Yeah. Another movie that I watched this time. It's called District 9. 2009 movie, I believe. Yeah, District 9. This has been on my watch list for quite a while. Back then, I thought I watched District 9, but turns out I played the wrong movie and I instead watched Elysium instead. So I think that's the one with Matt Damon, I believe, right? Elysium. Let me give it a quick check. Yeah, that's the one with Matt Damon. I just thought both are dystopian futures, so back then I was like, oh, same movie. Yeah, turns out not. That's not the case at all. But anyway, yeah, I watched District 9, and my goodness, for a 2009 movie, the effects, the visual effects, the model of the aliens, the spaceship, the guns and everything, it looks incredible for 2009. And I'm pretty sure, they don't. I don't know how much budget they're given to make District 9, but all I can say is that the effects, the models, and everything looks really, really great. I think it still holds up until now. Yeah, especially like you've seen like the most recent one, the Flash movie that has worse CG than District 9. So that tells something. That tells you something about District 9. Yeah. Honestly, yeah, I just love the whole body horror as well for the main character. What's his name? Winkus. Winkus? Yeah, Winkus. Yeah, for Winkus, played by Charlton Copley. Yeah. There's a whole body horror aspect of that one when he start to turn into the aliens, right? I thought it looks pretty cool. I'm pretty sure that part is practical, but yeah. Um. There's that as well. It's pretty cruel what they did to him. With the whole false rumor with about him getting it on with an alien. So yeah. Feels bad for that guy. And I think at the end of the movie, he's just uh at the end of the movie, I guess he's just a full alien now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the confirmed one. But yeah, that's honestly District 9. The plot wise, I think it's good as well. Um, it basically just shows the divide of like yeah, because basically the aliens, or as they call it, they're the prawns. They're kind of like they're not wanted on Earth, I guess. Yeah, and there's this organization called the MNU. I forgot what that stands for. That wants to evict them out of District 9. But the main character, not the main character, the main alien, I guess. I think his name is Christopher. Yeah, he wanted to bring. He wanted to go home, I guess, and it just so happened Winkus kind of gets in the way of that, and then that leads Winkus, the human, turning into an alien, and then they form some kind of cooperation. And honestly, that part, once they start cooperating, and then tries to not they try to infiltrate the MNU. I thought that whole action sequence looks cool. They have the alien gun thing that just explodes all the humans there. And I think that looks pretty cool. The whole movie is pretty gory, I would say. There's a lot of body parts, no, just chunks of body parts just flying around. Yeah. As every time they use the alien gun or any alien tech, it just results in them either getting blown up or thrown away, like sonic wave or something like that. Yeah. There's that, I guess. What else is there? Talk about on that one. Yeah, pretty much that, I guess. I don't have much else to add on it. Um, yeah. Uh, Other than the effects looks amazing. I mean, with how much of the aliens and the spaceships are actually on screen, um, they're able to make it really believable, like they are there in that world. So I think that's really great, that for 2009 especially. So yeah, I guess, yeah, that's that for District 9. I give that a very nice 4.5 out of 5 as well. Yeah. uh Pretty much that. And then I watched 5 movies, but yeah. The next one here we have, I also watched a 2023 movie. I think, at least I think that's 2023. It's called the Blackening. It's basically kind of a satire, I guess, on the whole like black tropes in movie where oh, the black guy always dies first kind of deal. So yeah, it's kind of like a meta satire twist on that uh on that whole trope, I guess. Yeah. Basically the story is about a group of friends that they want they're going for a reunion kind of deal. And then it just so happened that uh they They basically find themselves trapped in a remote cabin with a twisted killer. Ooh. And then they have to fight the killer, figure out who the killer is, and then there's a whole plot twist, I suppose, on who the killer might be. And yeah, I think that whole movie is just a whole lot of fun. Um yeah, I think that whole movie is just a whole lot of fun. I think the jokes definitely work there. The jokes works there. And then yeah, the characters are and the whole movie is not that long either. It's only what 97 minutes. That's 1 hour 30 something with credits. So yeah, the whole movie goes by. It's pretty fast. Uh, yeah. And apparently, I have no idea what Adderall is, but apparently that gives you kung fu abilities. Yeah. Pretty much that, I guess, for the Blackening. It's a fun movie to watch, I would say. Yeah. I give this a nice 3.5 out of 5. Yeah. And then the other two, I'm just gonna go by them quickly, I guess. I watch another satire thing. Well, not a satire this time, more of a parody, yeah, of superhero movies, which titled superhero movie. Um, 2008, right? Yeah, 2008. I mean, again, this is just superhero movie, man. It's just a parody type, right? It's just talking, following the tropes of Spider-Man, basically that. But this time, it's a dragonfly that bit the main character. What is his name? I forgot. Yeah. So he has basically Superman's uh, not Superman, I meant Spider-Man's like strength and everything. He just cannot shoot webs, but he can at the end, I guess, have wings to fly. So that's nice. Yeah, hello there, Cameron. Yeah. Um Pretty much that, I guess. I didn't know that Drake Bell is the one that's playing Dragonfly, the main character, which is kind of uh pretty cool, I guess. Honestly, I remember enjoying this movie a lot more way back then, but now that I watch it again, it's like, a lot of the jokes just doesn't seem to land. Yeah, maybe back then I just have worse, worse humor, kind of. Yeah. Uh, Very much that, I guess, for superhero movies. There's one line that I that I still kind of find it kind of funny though. The whole this blades can cut through diamonds. Well, lucky for me, I'm not wearing any diamonds. I thought that line was pretty funny. And then he decided to dodge all the titanium, all like the what you call that, like the blades that the villain throws at him, and then everything just hits. I thought that was really funny. Yeah. Uh, Pretty much that, I guess, for superhero movie. And lastly, I hate this movie so much. I hate this movie so much. I watched another 2023 movie, and I can confidently say, as of now, for me, that this is the worst movie I've watched this year. Yeah. I watched this thing called You People, the Netflix original. I feel like just seeing Netflix original should have already tipped me off that it's going to be a bad movie. Yeah, but that time I saw the poster a little bit. I guess there was Jonah Hill, and then there was, I think, there was Eddie Murphy in it. So I thought, hey, Eddie Murphy is a funny dude, right? Jonah Hill as well. So I thought, hey, what's the worst that can happen? Oh my God, it's bad. The genre is like rom com, right? Romance comedy. Those two are non-existent in this movie. It's really not romantic at all, and it's not funny at all either. I did not nose exhale a single time when I was watching this movie. A lot of times it's just me going like, ah, really? All right, whatever kind of deal. Because basically the story is about Jonah Hill, who is a white Jewish male that is up and in the he falls in love with a girl who's African American and Muslim. So and then the family seems to just doesn't know how to interact with different people kind of deal. So the whole joke, at least the whole quote unquote comedy that they have is it's the kind of like the racial religion joke between the two, like they don't understand each other type of thing, but it's kind of infuriating a lot of times. Like I remember in one part of the movie when the girl, what's her name? Amira, played by Lauren London, she did not get she interviews for a job, and then everything goes smoothly, and then uh the interviewer asked something like, "Oh, you went to Harvard?" And then she replied, "No, I went to Howard." That's the black Harvard kind of deal, and I'm like, you don't, that's why you don't get chosen for the job, all right? That whole attitude. And then she goes, and then once she, officially didn't get the job, she was kind of mad and was like pointing it out as, oh, that I didn't get the job because it's racial stuff, because I'm African American. And then Jonah Hill was trying to comfort her, saying, "Oh, it's all right. Let me talk to some of my friends. Maybe we can get you another job. Blah blah blah." And then she just goes on like, "Yeah, I don't want your help. Uh, because yeah, because I'm black and I don't need you guys to help me out, blah blah blah." That whole scene just kind of like pisses me off. I'm like, God damn, just accept the help. You don't have to show that much attitude, not everything is racial, kind of. Yeah. So basically that's the whole thing about you people. It's a lot of racial stuff. Um racial and I guess religion stuff, I guess, but it's just infuriating to watch. So I really don't recommend people to watch this. I give this a half star. Probably should have been a zero, but yeah. This is by far the worst movie of 2023. I can confidently say that. Um, Even Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, I think that's a better movie than you people. Yeah, at least Winnie the Pooh is funny, in some sense. Yeah, not this movie at all. So yeah, I guess that's that for the weekly watches. Well, Kelvin's weekly watches. Um, yeah. I don't know. I don't. Arik hasn't updated his letterbox or anything, and he didn't say anything in the chat as well as Teguh. But I guess there's Albert. He watched like two movies, I think, this last week. Rocky 4. Yeah, 1985. He watched that, and what's this? A Jason Statham movie, I believe, 2023 movie. This is what is this? Operation Fortune, Ruse. How do you Ruse the Goor? Yeah. He gave that a 3.5 and Rocky 4 a 4 out of 5. So yeah. There's that if you want to know about what Albert is watching. But yeah, I guess that's that for the weekly watchies. Yeah. Thank you, Fred. Yeah. Fred on Movies in the chat says, "Who needs the rest anyway? Kelvin is the best." Thank you for that. Yeah. Yeah, this is probably the first solo stream. Yeah, there's that. All right. I guess let's move on from the weekly watches to the trailer talk now. We have two trailers to talk about. The first one, uh, from the wait, is it Insidious or Conjuring? From the Conjuring franchise. Yeah, the Nun 2 trailer is officially out. Uh, the first Nun wasn't the best. Like just the Nun, it wasn't good at all. Especially the ending scene where it just become like an action sequence with the whole shotgun with the holy bullet kind of deal. It's yeah, it's not the best. So this time the Nun 2, basically same. Is it same cast? The one that's playing Valak the nun, I think it's the same, and as well as Sister Irene, who is played by Thaisa Farmiga, is there as well. Yeah. Well, Storm Reed is also there. Yeah, but apparently, according to IMDb, at least her character is unknown who she is. I think I did see her for like a split second in the trailer. There's that. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Basically, I mean, it's the nun. It's just Valak this time goes on a terror on another Catholic school or Christian school back then. I don't know what year this thing takes place, but I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm pretty sure this is like, you know, back in the olden days type of deal. I mean, as you can see from all the, well, actually, is it? They have magazines. Well, yeah, I guess 1970s, 60s kind of deal, probably. Who knows? I don't think they mentioned what year it is though in the trailer. But yeah, basically that it's just uh basically it's just that Valak goes on a terror on another Catholic school, and this time I guess they did show um they did go out of the school. It seems like because at one point they were running on on an alleyway, I guess. And I think that scene that they show in the trailer when the magazine starts flipping and then it's create the silhouette of Valak herself. I thought that was that was pretty cool. That was really clever. And yeah, I mean, as you expect, Valak's gonna come out of that shadow just like whoa, you know, wants to choke Sister Irene. Yeah. Uh, I mean, I, I know that jump scare is gonna happen, but still got me though. I mean, Valak is just a scary looking ghost, you know. Yeah. Basically that. The trailer itself, I think overall, I mean, it's nothing. It's really nothing special. Yeah. I just thought the magazine scene is basically the somewhat unique. I'm looking at it like scene by scene right now in the on YouTube, and yeah, I don't think there's much of anything to else talk about. Um, because I think if I remember correctly, in the first Nun, uh, that guy, one of the guy that was his sister Irene, was the one that he at the end when we thought, oh, we got Valak, yeah, boy, and then turns out Valak kind of possess possess the guy, the French boy. I think yeah. I don't know if he's French actually. Well, let me check real quick. The nun. Who is that guy? Let's see. Not Father Burke. Maurice. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Maurice. Maurice Theriault. Theriault. Yeah, played by Jonas. I don't know how to say his last name. I'm not gonna attempt it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure at the end of the Nun, that's what happened. Valak possessed Maurice at the end, and then that's how she still lives to this day. So, and I'm pretty sure at one point Maurice doesn't show up in the casting. Oh, actually no, he did. He is actually in the movie, huh? All right. So yeah, Frenchie, Maurice is in the cast. So probably he's the reason why that Valak is in that Catholic school whatsoever. So yeah, um, pretty much that I guess for the Nun too. Not much to talk about. this is just again another extension to Valak's backstory that uh it's like at one point we were very much interested, I feel like, on the whole Valak's backstory, but yeah, after the first Nun being such a bad movie that I don't think there are many that still wonders about it. But yeah, yeah, they make the Nun too, I guess. And also we already know that the Nun is not gonna die because I mean Valak still exists until Conjuring 2, right? Yeah. Valak still exists until Conjuring 2. I don't, right? Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So we know Valak in the Nun 2 is not gonna die. She's just gonna get repelled or something. So that I don't know. I don't know if that takes away from the suspense or anything, but yeah, we know that for a fact at least. So yeah, that's that for the Nun 2, I suppose. Um, I mean, I'm not looking forward to it, but it's like whenever it's out, I'm gonna watch it just because I've already watched the whole Conjuring series. So, mm, at this point, might as well. Yeah. All right, that's the Nun 2 trailer. All right, before we move on to the next one, I'm gonna drink because I've been speaking. Yeah. All right, moving on to the next one here. Moving on to the next trailer. I believe this is in Albert's draft. Let me find the draft actually real quick. Where is it? Right here, the 2023 draft. I believe Albert picked Killers of the Flower Moon, right? Yeah, that is his fifth pick. Last time we talked about the teaser, but this time the whole trailer dropped. So yeah, so yeah, there's that, I guess. Again, the the whole movie seems the whole trailer is 2 minutes 23 seconds, but my god, does it has a lot of scenes, I guess. I'm pretty sure this movie is going to be 3 hours long. Also considering that it's Martin Scorsese. But yeah, at least the whole premise of it from the trailer that we've seen, uh the whole premise of it seems interesting about the whole I'm guessing it's something to do with oil, the oil war, and then between like Native Americans and Americans. This is based on true story, but I'm not too familiar on it anyway. But yeah, uh, but yeah, one thing from the trailer that I really like is I like the sound soundtrack. Yeah, I like the soundtrack that they use, which I don't know. It just makes it so exciting when I was watching the trailer. Yeah. Pretty much outside of that, it's like I mean, it's going to be quite the thriller, like kind of like a mafia movie type of deal. It seems like. So, for one thing for sure, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I think a lot of drama in it as well because we are following. I'm assuming DiCaprio's character, and he has a Native American wife. I don't know her name. Let me look that up real quick. Is it this? Lily Gladstone? Yeah, probably that. Yeah. Uh, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be some rift between the two faction with DiCaprio's, Americans and what's her name again? Lily Gladstone's character's Native American side kind of deal. Yeah, and they're going to get caught up in the middle. And yeah, Robert. Yeah, I mean, look. Yeah, so that part's at least gonna be fun. Looking at the cast again, I mean, it's DiCaprio and then it's pretty stacked, I guess. There's DiCaprio, there's De Niro. I'm not too familiar with Lily Gladstone, but she's there. Yeah, there's also Brendan Fraser, who, he's on the rise again, especially after The Whale. So, good for him. He's there. just John Lithgow. Yeah, I only know him from How I Met Your Mother, honestly, as Barney's father, I think. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just following DiCaprio himself. His DiCaprio acting has, he's always been performance has always been one of the best thing. So, maybe yeah. So I'm pretty looking forward to Killers of the Flower Moon after seeing the trailer. It's definitely exciting. Yeah. There's the whole action there as well. The old timey action. So yeah. Uh I don't know. Outside of that, I don't have much else to say on it. My only concern about the whole movie is the runtime. Because if it's 3 hours long, I will consider when I'll be watching it. Yeah, because they did say it will be exclusively in theaters on October. It is an Apple original, so it's definitely going to come out on streaming at some point, but I don't know when. All they say is that on October it's gonna come out on theaters. So there's that. Yeah, yeah, pretty much that. I don't have mm, anything else to add on Killers of the Flower Moon. So yeah, let's just get that over with, I guess. Every time I move segment, I'm just gonna drink. So yeah. Good refreshment. All right, next up, that's the only two trailer that's worth talking about that come out this week. So now let's just move on to some of the news. The first one we have Netflix Chronicles of Narnia. There's some news about this basically that Greta Gerwig, who is the director of the upcoming Barbie movie, will be is already is attached to two movies of from the Chronicles of Narnia franchise. So there's that. Um, yeah. Basically that's the whole news. We don't know like we don't know the details. All we know is that Greta Gerwig will be directing two movies for the Chronicles of the Narnia. I'm gonna I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I have never seen the Narnia movies either. All I know is that there's some lion named Aslan, and that's about it. And I think there's that half man, half goat type of dude by with James McAvoy, right? Yeah, I that's the only thing I know about the movies, honestly. So I mean, yeah, I think the original movie back in the 2000, yeah, there are three movies, I believe. Yeah, 2005, 2008, and 2010. Apparently, that did not cover the book fully because I think the whole series, the novel, at least there are a total of seven novels, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so that three movies back then did not cover it fully. So in maybe in a Netflix setting, uh they would be able to cover it in more detail, I guess. Yeah, because Netflix works pretty fast. Like they have like an example with the Fear Street trilogy thing that came out all in the same year, so their production is pretty fast, right? I don't know though if Chronicles of Narnia will go that route, just because I'm pretty sure it'll be VFX heavy, right? Yeah, that will be the case for sure. Um, yeah, pretty much that for Greta Gerwig. Barbie is not out yet, and and I think she's only directed two, two or three movies. I've watched the Little Women and Lady Bird that she directed, but I think those two are great, but I don't think she's ever worked on anything fantasy like this. And Narnia, it's pretty high fantasy, right? It's pretty big, I guess, the world and everything that if she wants to explore those. Um, so yeah, that'll be interesting how she handles that. But I mean, I guess the key for Narnia is just the kids, right? Yeah. The what's the family name? Pevensey? Yeah, the Pevensies. I guess the bond between those the siblings will be what's important. So yeah. Uh yeah, in the chat Fat Movies seems to be excited for Greta. I mean Barbie's not out yet, but I'm pretty sure Barbie is going to be good. So yeah. I'm oh, I just realized I mistyped Netflix. Yeah. So I am kind of looking forward to it. Maybe I should probably give that that 2000s era Narnia a watch before I say too much on anything. Yeah. Uh, fan cast them now. I mean, I don't know, man. Aren't the kids like really young in the movie? I mean, in the series, I guess. So one thing for sure is that they have to get I mean kids around that age. So I mean, I have no idea. I have no idea about like child actresses or like yeah, I have no idea on that front. So pretty much that I guess. Uh yeah, I have no idea who these are. Wait, Peter Dinklage is there? Huh. Damn, they have some good actors in this thing. Tilda Swinton, Will Poulter is there. Liam Neeson. Wait, he's the voice of Aslan. What? Simon Pegg is there. Okay, the cast is pretty strong on the 2000s Narnia. Huh. All right. Did not know that. Yeah. What is Narnia about even? I thought it's just some kids found some magical door into a different universe. Let's see. The seven novels are about the White Witch attempt of taking over Narnia. Oh, so that's the plot. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole news about Narnia. That what's the name? Greta Gerwig could be directly it's already attached to two movies for it. If they're going to make seven movies in total, we'll see though about who the other would be. Um, yeah, I'm pretty sure they don't want to rush forward with it, right? Probably. Who knows? But yeah, that's Netflix Chronicles of Narnia. Greta Gerwig attached to two movies. So yeah, uh, looking forward to it, I suppose. Yeah. Lastly, here on the news, we have Blumhouse adapting, Blumhouse wanting to adapt more horror video games. Yeah. So I think this comes. They mentioned something about this during like one of the interview for Five Nights at Freddy's movie that's coming out soon. Um, yeah, that's coming out soon. Basically, uh, in the interview, they mentioned something about quote here. James Wan is actually a big gamer, and we have a games division of our company that we've been working on. I'm definitely looking forward to finding more games that are popular and that we could turn into horror movies. So yeah, basically that I guess. Uh, oh, actually, no. It was while promoting Insidious the Red Door, not Five Nights at Freddy's. Never mind. Yeah. So basically, it's just what they wanted to do in the future, which is adapting more horror video game. Um, I mean, like there are a lot of good, really good horror video games, like story wise, that that can be adapted into movie, I think. But again, we'll need to see. I'm I'll need to be convinced first with how they deal with Five Nights at Freddy's, you know, because that one seems kind of like, doesn't sound like a good idea, but it seems like they're. I mean, they gotta be confident with their movies, right? So yeah, uh, yeah, we'll see on that how Five Nights at Freddy's goes, but yeah, I mean, just saying that they wanting to do more horror video games, it opens up a lot of doors. Like the first thing I thought of when they mentioned that is like, why not do? I mean, it's already kind of like live action, I guess. Um, there's this thing called the Dark Pictures Anthology. I think that's what it's called. Uh, yeah, basically a bunch of games. I think the first. Wait, I don't think Until Dawn is connected, but yeah, it started out from Until Dawn. Basically, the whole game is just a linear plot, and then along the way, you as the player, you have to make choices, right? You have to make choices, and that affects the whole outcome of the whole of your gameplay. Yeah, like, oh, this girl doesn't trust this guy anymore because you choose this option like way back then, and that affects how she feels now, kind of deal. But in the end, like, yeah, I mean that whole game is about choices, but there's a whole linear plot that they can go with. Um, and then yeah, with the Dark Pictures anthology, it's just pretty much the same thing. They have a few that's already out right now, like Man of Medan, Little Hope, House of Ashes, and the most recent one, I think, The Devil in Me. Yeah. Um, I know that Man of Medan and Devil in Me is pretty popular. And Little Hope and Hope House of Ashes is not really. So I don't know. I think that the idea of adapting that would be pretty interesting. Yeah. I mean, other than that, uh there's like a rumor saying that they wants to make a Dead by Daylight movie. I'm not too sure. I mean, if they do a Dead by Daylight type of movie, probably should explain what Dead by Daylight is first, right? Uh, eh, Dead by Daylight is basically it's just a multiplayer game where it's a 4v1 type of deal. One person plays the killer and the other four has to survive the night by, they have to, not get caught by the killer, and they have to turn on what you call that? Generators, something like that. Yeah, pretty much that. It doesn't have a story, but they said he want to there are rumors that they want to adapt Dead by Daylight, so I don't know how that one is gonna go. I guess they just like the concept, and it's more not adapting, more like inspired by Dead by Daylight premise, I guess. But eh, I'm not too sure on that because I feel like if they were to do anything like that, it's just going to be just a random, not a random, more like just a normal slasher type of movie. So I'm not too sure on that. But yeah. Some I mean some other like franchise that they can go with probably something like Silent Hill series has been good, right? I mean there are already a Silent Hill movie back in 2006, but it's not good. It's really not good. So I wouldn't mind Silent Hill getting another adaptation for movie, especially with Blumhouse. Blumhouse, I mean, they got a good track record, right? So I'll mind them if they were to do like Silent Hill. I feel like they would at least have the care for the materials, I guess. Yeah, I feel like Silent Hill would be a good choice. Um, what other stuff are there? Actually, Fatal Frame, I think is really good. Uh, I'm just talking about the game. I don't know how well it will translate to movies, but I feel like if it they can make Fatal Frame work as well as Silent Hill. Um, yeah, pretty much that, I guess. Um, yeah, I mean, horror video games. There are a lot of good stories from those games. So We'll just have to see which one is suitable to be made into movies, I guess. Yeah. All right. I guess that's that for the news that we have this week. It's just the two. It's not too much, right? Yeah. All right. So yeah, we've talked about the watches, the trailers, the news. Now let's get to the final part of the show. Wait, actually, before that, let's address some of the comments. Mr. Bluebolt saying, "Did Kelvin kill everyone else?" I mean, you don't know. Maybe. We'll see. And yeah, he was like, "Can I set up a GoFundMe to get Kelvin's new hostmates?" I mean, why not? I guess. Yeah. So we can. I will replace the councilman one by one, and I will take over the whole channel. But yeah. Uh, Pretty much that. So now let's just jump into the final part of the show, which is the Circuit Invasion Episode 3 spoiler discussion. So, yeah, again, as the title says, spoiler discussion. So if you haven't watched Episode 3, 1, 2, and 3, go watch those first and then come back to this episode. I'm probably going to clip it out into a different part. So, yeah. Secret Invasion Episode 3 spoiler discussion. Yeah. Yeah. So this episode finally drops kind of explain. Explain? Yeah. What Gravik's whole plan is, and yeah, it's all going to lead us to the Super Skrulls. Woo! Yeah, the Super Skrulls is gonna be a thing. Well, it's already a thing, I guess, because I guess Gravik is one, because we did see him in the scene with Talos, I believe, right? In the when Talos stabs him with the knife and then he just heals up his hand. Yeah, kind of like similar to the Iron Man in Iron Man 3 with the extremis. Are they called extremis? Yeah, that whole fire magic, whatever they use then. So yeah, I guess graphics are the super soldier. But yeah, the whole plan is to, yeah, like I said, to create chaos, and then they're going to deploy the whole super scroll thing, which I guess is going to be pretty interesting. Cause I'm pretty sure in the comic at one point the super scroll did infiltrate like the Avengers and everything by taking over the superheroes. So yeah, they can definitely do that now. Super scroll is going to be a thing. Yeah, pretty much that. I guess for uh but for the graphics side of things, because I really don't. Oh right, there's the whole thing with graphic. I find it kind of dumb, maybe, on how graphic tries to um expose Emilia Clarke's character Gaia, that she is like she's the double agent between the graphics, what you call that, like team, and with Talos. She's a double agent for Talos kind of deal. And the whole, and basically that's the whole kind of half of the episode is about that, right? I think basically Gravik tells three of his men to infiltrate the navy or something like that, and then they wanted to nuke the UN, not nuke, like shoot missiles from a submarine to destroy the UN airplane, and that will cause a huge, and I mean obviously if the UN airplane got attacked, I'm pretty sure it's gonna cause a huge problem between nations. So yeah, Gaia and Talos with Nick Fury as well, they want to prevent that obviously, and turns out that whole thing is a ruse. Whoa. Yeah, turns out that whole thing is a ruse, and then Gravik finds out and instantly just shoots Gaia, and I mean they want us to believe she is dead, but come on, it's episode 3. She's not dead. We all know that. it's not it's not a surprise kind of deal. Yeah. And I think there are theories that she might already be a super Skrull as well, because at one point she sneaked into the lab. I believe, I forgot if it's at the start of the episode or at around the end of of episode 2. I don't remember too well on that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm not pretty sure. I'm very sure that Gaia is not dead. Millie Clark is too big of a name to just kill off directly, and the connection between Gaia and Telos. Yeah, there's no way. Um, but yeah, I just find that whole graphics plan to be very convoluted, and also that whole plan caused him like three of his men that died, right? Like the I forgot his name. Basically the guy where the guy in front of the computers with the Zachary son. I think that's his name. Yeah, that Skrull died, and I'm pretty sure the other two Skrulls that's in the military also got caught or something like that. I don't know. I just find that whole thing pretty dumb. So yeah, very convoluted, I say. But Revek himself, though, I guess is kind of menacing. One of those cold, calculated villain kind of deal. It's pretty cool when they're in the graphic and Talos is in the uh negotiating, just talking with each other, and then when Talos starts to get angry, and then all the humans around them just all of them turns into graphic. I'm like, God damn, whoa, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Pretty much that, I guess, for the graphics side of thing. Yeah. The most important part is basically the super scroll. That's going to be a thing. I'm curious what's I'm curious about what power they're going to have directly. So, and who they take it from, because I think they need to take it from someone, right? I'm not I'm not too familiar with the whole scroll stuff in the comics. So, yeah. Um and moving on here. And moving on, we have kind of more backstory on Nick Fury, I guess. Um, I don't know how to feel about it though, because yeah, I don't know how to feel about it though, because basically what they're telling us is that Nick Fury's almost all of Nick Fury's whole career uh is all in the is all because of Talos and the Skrull group that he employed, I guess, to find information, dirty informations and everything. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that, because I feel like it kind of takes away that, oh, Fury is, I don't know, Fury is like smart and stuff, but well, he is smart, I guess, but it just feels like he relies on the Skrulls a lot, to rise through the ranks kind of deal, which is kind of, I don't know how to feel about that. Yeah. Uh, and it seems like I don't know. I read the theory that seems like the letter in the flashback that what's his name? What is her name? Scylla? Cecilia or something? Basically Nick Fury's wife in the present. He slipped like a note to Nick Fury in the diner, I guess, right? Apparently that's supposed to connect back to the Budapest mission, I believe, that what's her name? Black Widow went on to kill Drakov. I forgot the name, but yeah. Apparently that's the connection there. So I don't know if it's true or not. I just read some theories on that. Yeah, pretty cool, I guess, on that connection. What else is there on the Nick Fury side? Right, his wife is sussy AF for sure. Um, yeah, his wife is sussy AF. Like with the whole, is she or is she not on Gravik's side? It seems like she is on Gravik's side. I don't know, because I don't know, she took on that sus phone call, I guess. And then there's this whole thing where I don't know if it means anything, right? Um, Apple, the Apple phones, they don't want villains to be using Apple phones. So the fact that she's using a Samsung Flip, a Samsung Flip, maybe that is a hint that she is a villain. She's gonna be a villain, or at least on Gravik's side. So there's that. Um, I don't know. I don't know if that's far fetched, but hey, I'm just laying it out there that she's probably on Gravik's side um from that little detail, I guess. And also, I really want a Samsung Flip. It looks really neat. But yeah, pretty much that, I guess. And then, all right, at the end, I think she got a phone call when she was in I don't know, in the vault thingy where she took out the gun, and she got a phone call, and that's supposedly Rhodes' voice because he was also credited in the credits. So maybe I was wrong this whole time. Maybe Rhodes is a Skrull since episode one. But the thing is, it's kind of weird if Rhodes is a Skrull, right? Because I mean, um, we don't know, I guess, how long Rhodes has been a Skrull. My guess is that this is a recent thing because it'll be very, very, very weird if Rhodes is already a Skrull since way back then with the whole. I mean, yeah, it's just. I think there was like it'll just be weird. Like I remember there's some scene with Sam Wilson's character, the Falcons, yeah, where they talk about like the struggles of being an African American in the MCU universe kind of deal, and it'll be very weird um if that's like a Skrull talking about that. So I don't know how I feel about that. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a recent thing. Um, my guess is it only this Skrull roads probably only started from yeah, I guess from episode one, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. Um, or maybe Rose is not a Skrull at all. But yeah, again, Secret Invasion is really hard to predict. All right, Secret Invasion is really hard to predict. Um, it'll be very interesting though if Rhodes is actually a Skrull. So, and just what does Nick Fury's wife wants to do? Uh, um, yeah, I don't know about that. I really don't know. Yeah, this is already the halfway point of the series because there are only 6 episodes, right? So, yeah. Uh, there's also the whole theory about there might be two Nick Furies in this series, like because many times in this episode, I guess in episode 3, like there's Nick Fury that uses the glasses and Nick Fury that doesn't wear the glasses, and people was like, and the theories I read was like, oh, what if one of them is a scroll? I don't know. Yeah, it'll be very confusing though if that's the case. I wonder how they if that's actually the case that there are two Nick Furies, the original one and a scroll version of it. I'm kind of I'm curious how they're going to like tie it all together at the end, so to not confuse us, I guess. Yeah. Uh, I kind of like the banter between Talos and Nick Fury. Um, yeah, as they met in the bar to mend their relationship, and also when they're in the car, I thought they're pretty. I thought yeah, their banter is pretty neat. Um, what else is there to talk about? I thought we were going to get some badass interrogation scene again from Nick Fury with that uh Marine Navy guy, but we did not. Talos just ends up killing him, so there's that. Yeah, pretty much that I guess for episode 3. The main takeaway from this is the whole Super Skrull thing, and oh, Gaia is quote unquote dead. She's not dead. Let's and also the whole thing with well, what's up with Nick Fury's wife? I still don't know her name. Yeah. I guess that's that. I'm pretty excited though that the Super Skrull is gonna come out because that means it's gonna be action. Yeah. All right. I guess that's that for Secret Invasion episode 3. Yeah. Pretty much that I guess for this week's episode. So let's just plug it out, I guess. I guess I have to. Should I plug out everyone? Yeah, I guess I'll do it. Yeah, you guys can find Ariq at Ariq Andria on Instagram, and also Ricky Do on Letterbox. And then you guys can find the sick man Teguh on Twitter at Tegidu, and on Instagram at TeguhM23. And of course, you guys can find me, Kelvin, on Instagram at KYA27, and Disco Monkey on Letterboxd and YouTube. Lastly, you can find Albert, the city boy, at Jao Wiradharma on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Letterboxd. That's JAWIRADHARMA. And you guys can find the show at the Councilmen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Castbox, Stitcher, Podbean. You can find the audio format, the podcast form, I guess, in basically any platform, any podcast platform. We are pretty much everywhere. And if you want to catch the live stream, you guys can find us on YouTube on the same name at Councilman, at the Councilman. Yeah. And of course, our socials, at Councilman Show on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. And of course, you guys can send us an email on councilmanshow at gmail.com. Yeah. Yeah, we got merch, I guess, if you want that. On tpublic.com/user/councilman dash show. Yeah, we're there as well, I guess. Um, yeah, I guess that's that for episode 2018. Kind of a weird one because the first solo show, the solo stream, I guess, because everyone is gone. Yeah, I have to say, doing a solo show got is making me so thirsty. And with that, the councilman has spoken, and we'll see you in the next episode.